Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot damn minute, but I wanted to continue the saga that is kILLface because, as you can see, kILLface has returned home. Well, what's left of kILLface? Not all of it has returned home. And as you can tell by the raised up stance, that is not sitting on jack stands. That is sitting full weight on the suspension. And here's why: it is sitting higher than usual. Better, much better. As you can tell by all the cut work, I also decided to try to cut, well, I didn't decide to cut my own finger off. Milwaukee did, and also it's not their fault. I removed the guard, which I do not recommend doing, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, so this is what we're dealing with. I have been going hot and heavy on kILLface here for the past week, and I have it completely prepped and ready to go to the chassis shop. And that chassis shop is Customs by Bigun, Eric Yost. And he's an insanely awesome fabricator, and I've been admiring his work for years. I've also been blowing his phone up for years, asking for advice. And finally, I'm in a position where I can hand him a stack of cash and say, I want your touch on this car. And that's exactly what is gonna happen. So if you paid attention to the last video, I bought a 25.3 chassis from Moore Race Fabrication. They make these pre-bent, pre-notched kits if you want to go that far, even like fully welded out chassis kits for you. And I bought a full chromoly 25.3 chassis. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a 25.3 chassis is or what we're talking about here, so 25.3, the SFI has a bunch of different designations as far as safety equipment. A 25.3 chassis will rate from 650 to 7.49 in the quarter mile up to 3,600 pounds. If you go below 3,200 pounds, well, then you obtain a 25.2 cert. So 25.2 cert, unlike 25.3, actually has less bars in it. So if you have a 25.3 chassis in a car, but it weighs less than 3,200 pounds, well, then you can certify all the way down to 6.0 in the quarter mile. Now, that is a lofty goal that I have zero intentions of ever reaching in my lifetime, unless I hit the Powerball, because we're gonna be on small tires and we're gonna be running a small block. What's gonna end up happening with the car is it's going to Eric Yost. I have done all the prep work here that I can. I have cut out everything that I am comfortable with that doesn't need to be here. I'm talking all the inner structure in the rear quarters. The only reason the rear wheel tubs or what's left of them is in here is because I am on the fence about whether I'm going to do a full tub, i.e. put all new wheel tubs like all the way up to here to get the car gangster low, or if I'm just going to mini tub it. I can get away with mini tubbing it, but I might run into a situation where I might want the car to ride a little bit lower, because as you see right now, it's sitting up in the air like a damn, it looks like a Polaris Razor, basically. All of the floor is, gone, because all of this needs to be gone because we're going to end up running a whole bunch of bars and tubes through here. Same thing with the firewall. I have removed all the sound deadening material. I have patched up all the holes horribly in the firewall as just like fire prevention measures. The only two holes that remain basically are for the brake booster, and that might even get patched up, and then the steering column. We might end up cutting out this entire trans-tile tunnel and making a whole new, bigger, larger custom fabricated one. So this car is going to be a back half car. We're putting a 4-link in here from Tin Soldier Racecars. I picked up their low prep / radial 4-link kit and their anti-roll bar and their wishbone kit that Bigun, Eric Yost, is going to be putting in. So that's the only reason what we see right here, this bit of factory floor structure still remains, because the lower torque boxes are here and the upper torque boxes are right here, and then the spring perches are here. And I still need the car to roll just to transportation. That's the only reason this is in here. And also because you can see, if I take that out, I'm afraid that this whole car will just buckle. Rear portion will be skinned out in either carbon or aluminum paneling just to seal everything up. Back here, you can see how much I've taken out. Like, this is where the rear window mounted, and literally the rear window is going to become a structural part of the car to keep this from vibrating. The trunk hinges are all gone. I'm gonna skin out the trunk and take all the remaining metal out of it and put Zeus rails in here so I can put a steel trunk on here with a little bit of weight so I can put, and still run in like an all steel, all glass category. The intentions are to, this is the mid plate. So this is where the back of the motor used to be. Now you can see there's a big gap here between that and the firewall. Chances are we're going to end up moving this back and down to get the center of gravity further back and a little bit lower, just for a little bit better weight transfer. Also, because we're no longer using the motor mounts, I have cut off and ground down the original motor mounts on the AJEK member. Now, I am keeping the Flaming River manual rack here. I'm not going with what they call a stiletto rack, which is super light duty, because again, I want to street drive this thing. I want to do drag and drive events. The Viking Crusaders are going to stick around. I'm not going with some insanely high dollar, Mensker or Santufs or whatever. The Vikings have served me well, and I want to continue to try to push the envelope and maybe work on developing something that will help this car get down the track. One thing that's going to change up here is I have to order a set of 2-inch drop spindles because I want to get this car literally in the weeds. I cannot freaking wait. That's a very long-winded, one-sided conversation, and I apologize for the delays. That's it for now. I'm gonna get this thing pushed out of here, load it up in the trailer, and this thing should be headed to Mooresville, North Carolina, aka Race City, USA, for Eric Yost to work his magic. Oh, it's hot like the dickens out here, and nobody can tell me what dickens are. Actually, I'm gonna delete that. Well, by the way, I got a new trailer. If you are OG fans of the channel, you remember this trailer. This was Mr. Kalis's, Josh Kalis, professional skateboarder extraordinaire. He didn't have a need for his trailer anymore. And I can only think of 2 people that would want a trailer that says clapped out in graffiti bigger than shit along the side. And you're looking at one of them. So I scooped it. And now, kILLface and the new trailer are gonna take their maiden voyage together. Jesus, look at the ride height on this, dude. It's insane. I hope on a radial I can get that much extension, just like all the way down track. All right, I got some crap to load up. Radiators down there too. Okay. I'll probably buy a new one, but I'm gonna buy the same one. Yep. Just because they're Speedway, they're cheap, they work good. Yep. So if you want to tab the radiator mount. I love the idea of doing the weight box like you had we talked about on Two-Shirker.
I mean, we've got one on about every car. We got one on Beer Money, we got one.
Can we do one in the back too?
Yep.
Like a big one? Because like I want to do probably every once in a while jump in some small tire no trip stuff. Yep. And I'd love to not have a big goofy bar hanging off the back.
Well, I like it because it's concealed, it's safe.
It keeps all the weight in it. It doesn't.
Well, nobody knows how much weight you got in it also.
Yeah.
So every 6 inches is 25 pounds.
That's...
So we can do a 37 inch long. We usually do a 37 up here, and we can do a 48 or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I brought the front bumper for it. The rear bumper's back there, just so I know none of this stuff here has a parachute mount for it. So, but the bumper's already drilled. It's got the hole cut in it for the parachute. Yep. So if you run a parachute mount on it, the parachute's under here. There's more bars and stuff down in here. Okay. The gussets for it. The kit comes with everything, and then the plates and stuff. And then, are you going to cut the roof skin off of it when you kind of do the finish weld on it?
This style, no. We'll do the main hoop, we'll tack everything up, and then we'll lift the body off. Oh, okay. We'll weld it up, flip the chassis over, weld the bottom, and then set the tank back on. So, if the floor was still in it, yes, we'd cut the A post and C post. Okay. Weld it up and weld it back on.
Well, if you think you can take some more of the weight out of the C pillar or whatever, feel free to chop at it. If not, I'm not too upset with it.
Are you wanting to do like factory panels or anything?
On the inside this time? No.
Okay.
Not this time.
So no A-post panels, nothing?
Nope.
Stock dash, carbon dash?
It's going to have a stock dash. Okay. Stock dash, stock floor is probably going to go in it.
Because we can even do like the sheet metal and weld like the little holes
to the
A-post. Yeah. And it really ties it in.
Yeah.
Quarter shaft.
Yeah, because I got the the 1.25", the Delrin bushings, the 3/4 inch shaft going through it. So I have all that stuff. If you want to just put some sort of like a mount, and then I can knock that stuff out too.
As tall as you are, I would much rather move the seat as far back as we can.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And then bring the pedals and steering column to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll, and then we can do the extension. 6-inch, 7-inch extension. You can pull the extension off the wheel.
Yeah.
So it's way easier getting out.
Yeah. I'm down with that. If there comes time, like when you get it going, if we need to come back, if I can come back up here and fit it into the car. And I wanted to talk to you about either like I think we talked about what's a pour-in seat. How does that go? Or how much do those run?
So I buy the kits from BSIC, and it's all SFI. We do the pour-in here. I take it to them. They do the Nomex on it, with an SFI sticker on it, and it's super nice. You're not going to get a better fitting for you know. And
it's way cheaper than like a Race Tech, I would assume.
It's I forgot the total amount, but it's not super cheap, but like I usually try to tell the guys, like, if you're doing a Kirky, if you regularly fit in a 16 or 17, let's put 18 in it. So we got more impact foam around it.
Right.
You know, so it is a bigger pour in. You know, so we can definitely do that.
Okay. There we go. We're dropping this off. I've been wanting to take this car to this man. I've been blowing this phone up since 2018. The man single-handedly responsible for my first 8-second pass, and I would even argue directly responsible for my 7-second pass, even though it was a struggle to get it. And now he's going to be part of the plan and the program to my first 6-second pass. That's the plan here. So with this, can you get it certified, the chassis, or does it have to be like a complete, how complete does the car have to be to get certified?
Just cage, that's all they want to see. Yep.
Okay, so we can dual cert this 25.2/3.
Yes.
Because it's a 3, and like I said in the other video, if it's, as long as it's below 3,200 pounds, correct? For 6.0?
Yes.
For 25.2.
25.2.
And then anything above 3,200 up to 3,600 is 25.3. So if we're anywhere near 3,200 pounds when this car is done, I will be very upset. That means I probably put on 200 pounds. We're gonna stop sweating. We take a quick tour inside, see what you're working on. Let's go see. We're back here in Mooresville, North Carolina at Eric Yost's shop, aka Bigun, owner-operator of Customs by Bigun. The dude who's like, the guy's a mastermind when it comes to anything automotive and hot rod and racing. Fresh off a win at Sick Week with the C4 Corvette. So he knows what it takes to make a drag and drive. He's got his drag and drive trophies of his own. He was co-pilot this last go around. And pretty much everything in between. You want to talk land speed, you want a show car built, you want a grudge car, drag car, and anything crazy, this is the guy to do it. So we're just getting a quick tour here before we leave him with a big pile of parts and just a pile of shit that's sitting outside. But this is the one that's in my way right now, but it's about to not be. And this is like, he was showing me the sneaky stock style suspension where, you know, if you don't know what you're looking at and the frame has been raised here, and you think about it, where that frame rail, like he just pointed out to me, would actually be up here inside of this truck. So that gets this thing, you're looking at the ride height, that's about 3 inches of ride height. But this is a 25.3, for those of you who can't picture or don't know, this is what a 25.3 chassis looks like, albeit in a truck. The bars would come down from here through the back window. But all of this is gonna be, you know, you put a tonneau cover on it and put some Lexan tinted, and you can't see nothing on this chassis at all. But there we go. This is what it's going to look like inside of kILLface. All these bars, this Jungle Gym, 4-link bars. Do you have anything with the weight bars, the weight boxes that we're talking about? So we're chatting inside the car about doing a weight box, and one of the things that Eric showed me on the tooth jerker, the Dart. What is it? What do you guys run at? Limited Street? Or LDR. That car has these weight boxes, basically what, 2x3 box tube?
3x4.
3x4 tube, and it kind of replaces like these lower bars, and then you put some on the back, you put them underneath the car anywhere you want to, and with that, you can shove lead weight inside of it as much or as little as you want to, and then your weight isn't mounted super sketchy with like 45-pound plates held down with fucking all thread.
It's basically that tube right there is 3x4.
Yep.
And I mount it, you know, if it's 3 inches off the ground, it's it's sturdy, it's stout.
Yeah.
It's as low as you're possibly going to be able to get it. As far as forward you're possibly going to be able to get it.
Yep.
And it's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can put, we either put PVC pipe or aluminum. If I want to put 25 pounds right in the middle,
yep.
I'll put aluminum tubing, a chunk of lead, and then the tubing, put the bolt in it.
Yeah. So you can put the weight where you yep. want it, and it's concealed. Nobody else knows what you got, and if the worst case scenario happens, you're not flinging a bunch of lead into the stands, which tends to be frowned upon. What else are we working on here?
A little drag and drive.
Ooh.
That's my little drag and motor. So it'll be
this is in your 68.
Yep.
Yep. Which, a beautiful car that's sitting over in the house, I assume still.
Yep. Yep.
Is this what you're talking about, kind of with the trans tunnel?
Yes. Yep.
So we're talking about doing a monster trans tunnel inside a kILLface, which gives you...
It'll be bigger than this one.
Tons of real estate. Yeah. Bigger than that one? Oh, so that'll be able to... You can basically, when my wife is pissed off at me for the amount of money that I'm about to spend here, I can sleep inside my trans tunnel instead of the couch.
Yep.
But small block Chevy, traditional SPC?
18 degrees.
18 degrees, small block Chevy, big Hankin turbo,
yep.
big ass radiator. Again, this is the guy, if you want the baddest drag and drive car, this is the place to come and get it. A little bit of everything.
Drag and drive, Fairmont.
Has this been on Drag Week?
No.
There's a bunch of Fairmonts that you see out there. Ooh, a two-door.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, another 2-valve.
Yep.
Is this you gonna do drag and drive with this one? You said?
I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna mainly street drive it. We did an 850 rear seat deletes, stock dash, stock shifter, stock console type deal.
So if
it is a bullet.
It's not all 25 6.0 certifications around here, so you can get your street car stuff done yep. too. Beautiful, tight cage work. I wish my cage I cut out looked half as good as this does. I like those seats.
Yeah.
They're actually nice. Super clean. There we go. Well, we're gonna cut the video here and probably shoot the shit a little bit, but that's it for this video here at Custom By Bigun. I will see him, I don't even know. I'm gonna come back and get fitted for the seat at some point probably, once the chassis is kind of close to completion. And then after that, it will be up to me to finish everything else. I don't even have a motor or anything. I have nothing. I have a transmission and a rear end and what used to be a car. Anyway, that's it, we're out. So here's some teaser shots of what's going on with the car right now from Bigun, and Lyle Barnett decided to, bless the car. And as you can see, the fabrication looks phenomenal, second to none, and I am beyond stoked. Would you look at it? It's gonna be sick.